Team, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of 3, best of 3. Team KatsMeow versus Team J.K.F. favorite team, or J.K. favorite team. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into picks and bans. The captain of the team, Snowy Devil, going to be banning out Maokai, as well as purple team, or Team KatsMeow, banning out Cassidon. Ooh, I should probably, no, this is fine. Yep, this is perfect. Cool. Yep, hashtag Team JKF team. I love it. Or, yeah, that's awesome. Hashtag I win. I love it. Team KatsMeow. Best of luck to both teams here. We are sitting at 1 ban each, Maokai and Cassidon. Maokai is a very strong champion, but you don't see him that often in ranked games. He does have that AoE defensive power with his ultimate that stops a lot of the magic resist from coming in, as well as Cassidon, extremely strong with all of those jumps. He no longer silences with that Q, the void damage. However, he still is a very lethal enemy and somebody you might not want on your team. Braum, a classic ban with that support power, jumping in, being super defensive and helping out his teammate, as well as that free block of any ranged ability from the enemy team. A little bit different than the Yasuo, who also was banned out. His wind wall blocking all of those ranged attacks. Very strong champion. I can easily see why they would want to ban him out. However, that does leave a lot of options open. One of those options, however, will not be Lee Sin or Morgana, as Team KatsMeow has banned out both Lee Sin and the Morgana. Lee Sin having that ability to leap all over the map, and Morgana with those spellbinding Qs, as well as her ultimate. You guys are just flying through those champion pools that we've seen, especially on Skype. People go through a little bit faster because they are already chatting and figuring out what champions they want to grab up. Snowy Devil is going to be picking up the massively damage-dealing Rengar. He has that opportunity at level 6 to instantly nuke an enemy champion. However, the CC on purple team coming out strong already with that Thresh pick. Those Death Sentence Qs is going to be spelling a lot of damage on the enemy team, because he can hold them in place for quite a while, as well as late game with those Flays and ultimates is going to be dealing a lot of CC, and allow Coolio possibly on the Lucian to be dealing a lot of damage. Lucian is one of the most powerful champions right now. There's actually Riot themselves had a little post in the last patch, I believe, that said that we know that Lucian does a lot of damage and we're working on it, but we haven't figured it out quite yet. So he is still going to be dealing a lot of damage. Orma's going to be picking up the same CC champion versus Thresh. Going to be going with a Leona. Leona is extremely strong with those CCs, all about stunning the enemy team, and it's going to be doing a beautiful job, as Aloe Magicat is going to be picking up the Jarvan the 4th for the jungle. J4 has a lot of opportunities to have both CC and damage, as that is one of his favorite things that he can do. Gengar hype! Woo! Turn down for what? This is exactly right. I appreciate that, Raw Room Dead. You know what is up. Turn down for what? Epic Horseman going to be picking up the Warwick, as I'm distracted by Nagaketsu flashing through the random champion as he figures out what he wants. But in the meantime, Diggy has picked up the champion of champions of resets, that Katarina, for Team KatsMeow. Going to be jumping and dealing a lot of damage. However, Katarina's worst enemy is CC, is that crowd control, is knockups and stuns, which blue team has quite a lot. Even Rengar himself has a beautiful stun, or just a slow that he can use. River SLV going to be picking up one of his favorite ADC champions, that Vayne in the bottom lane, going to be dealing a lot of damage with those Silverbolt procs. And Nagaketsu is going to be finishing up with the Ahri for the mid lane for blue team. And Epic Archer XX will be going against the Ahri. No, will be a top lane Gragas, I believe. Yeah, it'll be a top lane Gragas for Team KatsMeow. Oh my lordy, we've just started and we have flashed through picks and bans. While we get underway with this loading screen, I will be 3 minutes behind the game, so I will be a little bit out, but there are already votes coming out here saying blue team or JKF team going to be winning it. We shall see indeed. So we're going to jump over to the loading screen now. Oh, we're not loading just yet. Haha, I forget, because we have that 3 minutes. I'm going to run through all of the team names and their champions. Snowy Devil going to be playing that Rengar in the top lane for blue team. Ormast on the Leona in that bottom lane support. Aloe Magikarp on the Jarvan the Fourth in the jungle. River SLV on the Vayne in that bottom lane ADC route. And Nagaketsu in the mid lane Ahri for Team JKF team. Mysterious Petu for TeamKatsMeow playing that Thresh in the bottom lane support role. Coolio on the ADC Lucian. Epic Horseman on the jungle Warwick. Diggy on that Katarina in the mid lane. And then Epic Archer XX taking the kind of a different route, Gragas in the top lane. So it will be a Gragas versus Rengar. Definitely something to watch out for. Neither team took the opportunity to grab a Nidalee. Nidalee picks are very common as she is super powerful, but they did not. Instead going for teams that are more often for a secured win. Warwick is great for securing kills with the suspend that he can use with his ultimate. For some reason I can never get that word out very well. As well as that Thresh locking down enemy champions, this super strong ADC Lucian, as well as the super strong Vayne. Both these teams have picked really, really strong champions. The only champion that I think may be a little bit off is going to be the jungles. Jarvan the Fourth especially. I don't always see him as a damage dealer. He really has to go hyper tank if he wants to be able to stop all of the damage that purple team's going to be putting out. He does have a little bit of CC and can lock the enemy team into his ultimate. However, a lot of the enemy team actually can just get out of his ultimate. Gragas has this little barrel slam or body slam that he can just smash through the wall. Katarina can jump to a minion or an ally out of the wall. Lucian himself can dash through the wall. So not always the best pick when the enemy team has all of these jumps. However, can still easily lock down Thresh or Warwick inside of his wall, and those champions are not going to go anywhere. So if Jarvan the Fourth can lock Warwick down and stop him from ulting because he's not in range onto the AD, that will allow River SLV on that Vayne to be dealing a lot of damage from outside of the walls of Jarvan the Fourth's ultimate. So this will be a super exciting game, as I can already see by all of the options. Go River Senpai! River Senpai indeed, best options. Cat plays safe till level 6, poking with Qs, waits for the Warwick. That's a free kill as soon as he's 6. Then Cat can pretty much handle the lane alone once she gets ahead. It is true, but it is all up to each player's individual skill, and we shall see in 15 seconds when we get underway. So, predictions, real fast. I gotta say it real quick. I'm actually, prediction-wise, I'm gonna give it to blue team, to Team JFK or Jake Kelton's favorite team, J.K.F., not JFK, I'm going to give it to them. I feel that they have a very strong opportunity to win it. And Team KatsMeow. There we go. Oh, I gotta bump it over. It's not quite in the middle. I like their lineup a lot. That Vayne as well as Leona is one of my favorite support champions. Rengar is extremely powerful right now, and so hopefully we'll get this underway. Thank you, Lemtia, for that shout out as well. Appreciate it. And this is only game 1 of 3, so if this game gets super intense, we're only going to go crazier and crazier from here as we go into a second and then maybe a final and third game of the night. So, Mysterious Petu has not connected just yet. Hopefully he will be able to get into the game without a problem while the rest of the teams are loading. We have some beautiful skins coming out here as we know. There we go. There's a Thresh jumping in. Skin to win. We have some beautiful skins here. Night Hunter Rengar and Defender Leona coming out from Team JKF or J.K.Fav team. And then on the other team we have only Gragas Esquire. One of my favorite Gragas skins. I myself take after it a little bit. I do enjoy that Gragas skin. I actually have it as well. But that means that J.K.Fav team actually has more skins than Purple team. Does that mean they have more skill though? I don't know. It's really hard to see. We shall have to see. Undo button doesn't work, so you have to start with no items. What? What? No, the undo button no longer works. It's actually been taken out of most normal games. So I don't understand why you have to start with no items. I guess he sold his items back and didn't. But Oh, I guess I could run through their ranks real fast. Snowy Devil is, I think, Diamond 5, maybe. I'm not sure. Ormast is Silver 4. Aloe Magic Cat is Bronze 4. River SLV is Gold 3. And Nagaketsu is Silver 1. Epic Horseman is Platinum 2. Coolio is Gold 3. Digi is Silver 2, Mysterious Petu is Silver 2, and Epic Archer is Silver 4. So, tried to balance a little bit, having that high diamond, but with a bronze player, several silvers, but a gold on each team. So, hopefully we'll be able to see how this game gets underway in just a moment. We're going to switch over to our in-game screen here as I put all of the players in their correct positions. In this bottom lane, we have the support Thresh versus that support Leona, followed up by the ADCs Lucian and Vayne. In the mid lane, we're going to have Katarina versus Ahri, while the junglers Warwick and Jarvan IV go head-to-head. And in the top lane, Gragas Esquire versus Rengar. So, I believe that it was Snowy Devil that said that there was some problem with buying items, or returning items, and so he said they had to start with no items. And I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it looks like we have an early invade here from Purple Team, from TeamKatsMeow. They're actually going to be starting early down here in that bottom lane. Look at, oh, if Vayne shows up, no, Warwick may have shown himself, no, River SLV not paying attention, he is hooked, and that is going to be almost a no, an incredible flash over the wall using the heal has kept River SLV alive. Oh my gosh, a huge start here between the two teams. A beautiful last second flash from Vayne kept her alive over the wall. They did get that flash burn as well as the heal, but the Vayne stayed alive. What an incredible job in that bottom lane. Vayne playing that out, saving herself in that bottom lane. That was just incredible. Just incredible. I'm going to see if here, while we wait for the two teams to finish up getting ready, if I can put in here real fast the team names. Blue team is team, J.K.Fav team versus TeamKatsMeow. And that way, get this in here for you guys to enjoy and be able to see as well what the two team names are. So hopefully, there we go, and move this down here. I apologize, I haven't already done this. Still learning a little bit on how these things go. So, looks like a basic start down here with the double, or the ADC and supports in that bottom lane, top lane as they are, and Warwick and Jarvan IV making their way through the rest of the map, as is normally seen in most games. But time will only tell, whoa, when things will get more interesting. Okay, I'm just going to stop messing with it. There we go, good enough. Alright. Oh shit, nope, not quite good enough yet. I apologize. So, Snowy Devil jumping in, getting a little bit of damage onto Epic Archer in that top lane. They're going to be kind of bouncing back and forth, only level 1 and 2 respectively. They actually don't have a whole lot of damage yet. So they're just going to be kind of bouncing back and forth on the damage. A nice hook from Thresh, though, on Leona is going to pull her really close. Ormast being taken, very low health. Will it be enough, though? There's the exhaust and the first blood from Lucian. Coolio getting a lot of damage onto that Leona, and it's going to actually be able to take her down. A nice flash flay, though, from Thresh. Will it be enough? There's the heal to speed up as well, and that Lucian Coolio is going to take a double kill in that bottom lane. Great job from Thresh on that flash flay, as well as getting an excellent hook off onto Leona. Epic Horseman did leave the game, unfortunately. He did say he might have some DC problems with his internet, so hopefully he will be back. I'm not sure if we pause the game. I believed I made it a tournament draft game, but if there is no pause, that is unfortunate. So I must have made it just a draft game instead of a tournament draft game. But it is something that sometimes you have to deal with. But Warwick is back, so hopefully it will be a while before that happens again, if it does. I'm sorry, I'm still playing around with the team names and figuring out how to do it. There we go, beautiful. Don't ever have to touch it again. Okay, alright, so 2 kills already for purple team. TeamKatsMeow doing an excellent job of starting it off. Both of them going over to Coolio in that bottom lane, with Mysterious Petu playing an amazing Thresh with that Death Sentence hook on Leona, followed up by that Flash Fillet as well. I'm going to leave my mouse over here just in case I have to slow a fight down, because these fights are going to get crazier and crazier. Diggy coming in, doing a little bit of damage onto Nagetsu, and that Ahri in the mid lane, both of them trying to go back and forth. Ahri does have almost twice the farm of Katarina. However, late game Katarina is what you want to worry about more than a late game Ahri. So Vayne in that bottom lane just trying to get farmed up. Ormas doing a nice job of throwing out one of those that E just to see if it'll land onto Lucian, but it did not land, and might have been a bad idea though, because she could have gotten stuck. I do think the purple team may have warded, so they might be able to see Jarvan the 4th. But a nice job from Leona going in onto Lucian, got a nice stun. He's turned to do damage. However, the death sentence from Thresh is actually going to stop Leona from backing off very quickly. River SLV getting a little bit of damage. However, Alamagicat not ready for that. He did put down the little scepter. Coolio coming in with the burst damage, enough, doesn't even care. Leona did get the exhaust onto Lucian. Will it be enough? A lot of damage with the stun as well. The knockup from Alamagicat enough to keep him in place long enough for Leona actually to pick up that kill. So they were able to grab that kill back in return, but it is now 3-1. Purple team just slightly in the lead, as Coolio is still strong enough now to almost instantly burst down the Vayne. However, you want to do that because a late game Vayne is extremely scary and can come back very, very hard. Follow me box under the champion. Follow me text box under the champion HUD. I was distracted by the chat. Nagaketsu might go down. Nice burst damage from Diggy. She instantly got her ultimate, jumped in, spinning those blades, and is going to be taking out Nagaketsu on that Ahri. And that is now 4 kills for purple team. 8.9 gold versus the 8.4 gold for blue team as well. I can take the follow me and put a... Oh, you know what? I should do that. I'm actually gonna have to take off that as well, but then I should be able to grab you and move you down here, because if I add the image back, it's not too terrible. Is that really bad, guys? What do you think? I'll let you guys tell me. I know that that's usually where I put it. I might be able to take it away after this game, but I can't actually delete that right now, unfortunately, so this will just have to stay for now. However, back to the game. This game is getting crazier and crazier. Rengar in that top lane doing really well. 56 farm to the 21 from Gragas. However, these two in the mid lane going back and forth. Diggy got a charm from Ahri, putting him pretty low health, down to about half health now, chugging some potions to get back up, as Nagagetsu continues to try to harass and get back. Another nice Shun Po from Katarina, however, going to be taking a lot of damage for it. Katarina, I believe, is maxing out that Shun Po, so going to be doing a lot of damage every time he jumps. That was a nice hook in that bottom lane. We can't see what's happening because in the mid lane, Diggy leaping in to do massive damage once again, as in that bottom lane, it does look like River SLV was able to escape that. We're actually, well, I guess because we're sticking around down here, you can say, oh, I really need to skill a little bit better at jumping around this camera. You guys are killing everybody so incredibly fast. 1v5 so far in the kills between blue team and purple team. Purple team extremely strong, just landing those Qs from the Thresh as well as the damage from the Katarina. But remember, this is only the first game in 3, so blue team is going to have a chance to retaliate. Leona coming in here doing a bit of damage to Coolio. Here comes Jarvan the 4th as well. Will be able to do much. The flash from Lucian going to keep him safe, as well as the flash from Thresh. That is a full culling though, going to go into the face of Alamagicat on that Jarvan the 4th and be able to kill him, as Lucian then turns it around, dealing massive amounts of damage to Vayne. Going to be taking her out as well. Thresh throwing out one of those hooks, but is not going to land on Leona. Just able to escape. Coolio now 5-1 in that bottom lane, just doing incredible amounts of damage on that Lucian. I can almost guarantee that there's going to be either a Lucian ban in the next game, or maybe just to fight it out. Nagaketsu getting a nice charm though onto Diggy. That's going to be doing a lot of damage, taking him down to about a 3rd health there. Actually, he's used the ult. There goes 1. There's 2. The ignite is down as well. And there's 3 with that final Q. Going to be enough to take out Katarina in the mid lane, as Rengar just walks right past Warwick. Snowy Devil didn't see Warwick kind of making his way towards the mid lane, but I don't know if we're going to see any action. There's another hook though, as actually the Death Sentence landed, but followed up by the E. Leona getting a nice stun down on both of them down there, but it's not going to do much as Snowy Devil finds Epic Horseman. He's going to have to flash over the wall, but Snowy Devil falls with his own flash and gets the leap from the bushes. Will he be able to do enough damage? Slow as well. Warwick heals off of the golems, but it is not enough. He's going to be going down as Snowy Devil on the Rengar finds him in the jungle and has enough damage to take him out. Has already built that beginning level of the Tiamat, turning it into a Ravenous Hydra just to be doing massive amounts of damage. While in that bottom lane, purple team is just dominated. 6-1 now. Coolio going to be taking out this tower without any problem at all. Purple team is going to have to find some way to come back and take him out in that bottom lane. Or if purple team decides to leave the lane and go other places, it could leave the tower open for Vayne to farm and them to push towards their purple team's tower. However, that is the first tower of the game. 3-8. Purple team doing an excellent job so far in this game, but that does not mean the game is over just yet, as these teams are continuing to try their best to make in the meantime, Diggy in that mid lane going to be doing lots of damage to Ahri, actually using Ignite as well, knocking her extremely low health. If Ahri decides to stick around, one Shumpo from Katarina might be enough to finish her off. However, she does have range as her advantage of maybe able to just farm underneath the tower. Looks like Jarvan the 4th is making his way over here. However, Katarina does have that dash. She may look like just going in. No, okay, she's going to dash to Jarvan as he leaps to his own staff, and that is not going to end in anybody's death just yet. However, Epic Horseman has found his way over, maybe looking at starting a fight with Alamagicat as he's making his way through the jungle. Looks like blue team is just going to back off from this, as well as purple team. Katarina going back to farming these minions. In that bottom lane, both teams have decided to stick around, but now blue team does not have a tower to keep themselves safe. So purple team may instead decide to go for this dragon. And we see actually Alamagicat just used his smite on red buff, so he is not going to have it up for this dragon. As well as there really are no wards. There is that pink ward in the bush. However, I don't know if they can actually see the dragon being done, and it might be too late as purple team does take the dragon. Alamagicat's going to find a face full purple team here if he doesn't back off pretty soon. He does have red buff with him. However, purple team after getting dragon is going to take that pink ward. They have their own pink ward in that bush that Leona may find here in just a second. I think she started to walk in that bush and then walked away, so she did not see that. Coolio going to catch Ormass out a little bit. Just a little friendly poke damage. Nothing too much. This ping's coming back and forth between both members, trying to figure out where everybody is in the mid lane. We see a beautiful job with that warding. You can see wards all over the map. We had about 3 pink wards in that last little bit, which is only at the 10-minute mark, 3 pink wards. These teams are really going all out in trying to win this game. 15,000 gold to 18,000 gold. Purple team pulling a bit in the lead, having the benefit of getting that first dragon of the game. And so we'll see how long they can last in the game. Blue team trying to kind of find a defensive position in that bottom lane, as well as find where they are strong. Rengar doing a nice job in that top lane. You can see that he was considering going towards that bottom lane to help out, considering that he's done so well against this Gragas. 104 farm to 46, over double Gragas's farm. However, he's going to have to do a lot of work to be able to help the rest of his team out in that bottom lane. Katarina going all in on Nagetsu, just used their ultimate just to jump out. She knew that there was potential in that, so she was going to go ahead and use it. However, she's going to use her other 2 charges of her ultimate to jump in and grab blue buff as well. However, stay away from Katarina, because Katarina can still burst you down. It looks like purple team does want this mid lane tower. Jarvan the 4th is going to have to do some fancy footwork, though, to be able to stop them from getting this tower. He's going to come in here, do a nice knock up on both, and actually seal them in with an ultimate, as well as the charm from Ahri, and that means that they're both stuck underneath the tower. One more tower shot. No! A heal from Lucian. Will it be enough? The red buff ticking away on Katarina, not enough to kill her. She's going to back away with almost no help. The calling from Lucian almost enough to finish off Jarvan the 4th, but no, he is actually going to be picking up the kill on Ahri instead, as Ahri tried to go in and burst him down. Very low health, but Rengar instead coming in and finishing him off as well. Back and forth kills between these two teams now, 5-9. The beautiful job between both of these teams here. 18,000 gold to 20,000 gold. Purple team still slightly in the lead, but 2,000 gold difference. This is still almost anybody's game. In that bottom lane, they know that Lucian was just in the mid lane and Thresh is still there as well. Lucian's still having to come up, so they are trying to push hard. River SLV just farming as fast as he can in that bottom lane, pushing that tower Ormas now coming in as well. Warwick is here. She actually, Leona used that Q as well on the tower just to get a little bit of extra damage. However, blue team is going to back off from that as Epic Horseman and, I'm sorry, Mysterious Petu, there we go, go into that bottom lane to defend the tower. As purple team still only has the one tower of the game, looks like blue team's going to be grabbing up Golem here, just giving Vayne a little bit more gold. You want to get that Vayne fed as fast as possible. 94 farm to 108 Lucian. Not bad of a difference in farm, even though Vayne has died 3 times, which is very good news for purple team, is the fact that Vayne is still keeping up, even though she has died several times. And yes, Rawrim Daden makes an excellent point. In that top lane, Gragas is just farming, hasn't died, which is, I guess, good for him that he hasn't died. And while Rengar is roaming around, as long as Gragas keeps farming those minions, he will eventually be getting very, very strong. 2 sweeping lenses coming out from purple team, doing a good job of keeping those wards down. There's Jarvan IV using his sweeping lens to take away that ward by red buff. It does look like purple team is kind of setting up for something here by red buff. They know that Jarvan IV just took it out. However, do they know Leona is here? There's that Thresh though coming in. There's, oh, Jarvan IV missed his Q as the rest of the team collapses in. Leona's actually going to flash out of this. Diggy dealing a lot of damage. River SLV, however, 3 members of purple team are still stuck inside of the Jarvan IV's ultimate. There it does go down. However, River SLV is going to be in a lot of trouble if Thresh can find another Q. Ari going to be coming in here doing a little bit of damage. There we go. Speed up just a little bit. There's Diggy, though, using that Shun Po, going to be dealing massive damage, but a nice charm from Ari is actually going to stop her from doing anything. She's going to flash off to the side. The calling from Lucian not really landing as both Vayne and Leona back off from it down up there towards the mid lane. As the rest of purple team are looking, as actually Nagetsu throws out one last charge from her ultimate to just do a little bit of damage. Rengar going to be leaping in 1v4, though. Does he really want to go in? No, Snowy Devil going to be instantly going down as purple team does massive amounts of damage. Nagetsu now as well, or with the exhaust, as well as the Gragas ultimate, very low health, should be enough to finish her off. Epic Archer picking up that kill on Ari, as Rengar wanted to dive in on Thresh, but 4-man way too strong and not really able to get anybody. Kulia did go down, maybe to the Rengar, not positive. Mysterious Petu is backing right by a ward, so they know that he is there. I don't know if they will get there fast enough to get him. No, he has recalled in time safely. 12 kills to 6. Yeah, exactly. 25 speed may be a little bit slow, so I'm going to hopefully change that in the future and only play at 50% speed. Certain team fights, you do have to play 25% slow, but I meant to only drop it down to 50% so you can see all of the incredible action that's happening in this game. And this is only the first of 3 games. It can only go up from here, as both of these teams want to take the $10 Riot Point giveaway if they can. River SLV continuing to farm in that bottom lane, 109 to 119 or 20 from that Lucian. Vayne still a little bit behind, but not too terrible, just trying to catch. Does have almost an entire Infinity Edge on Vayne though, which is a huge item to have over your opponent. Epic in that top lane, just trying to stop Rengar from getting this tower, dealing good amount of damage. He does have that Rod of Ages, so he is going to get very tanky in the late game as time goes on. However, Rengar himself is already doing really nicely, 3 and 1 in that top lane. The reason Gragas doesn't have to leave the lane or go running around is that he does have teleport, so he can jump down there. We do see 2 pink wards down here, though, from purple team, doing an excellent job of keeping this place warded. They do look like they want to get this second dragon. J4 actually going to be using his EQ combo to leap out of danger as Katarina comes in, but that means that his team is doing massive damage to Dragon and finishing it off before purple team can respond. Alamagicat only getting that pink ward in response. Kuya actually leaping over the wall, and as Alamagicat misses his EQ, Diggy jumping in and finding out Nagetsu, however, got a nice ultimate off. Will it be enough? Yes, the Ignite will be enough for Ari to finish off Katarina. Warwick, though, using his own ultimate to keep Ari from going anywhere, finishing her off as well. A little bit of a back and forth trade there, but a beautiful charm from Ari, stopping Katarina's ultimate in the midst of it and grabbing that kill, even though it meant that it was death for her. Coolio now pushing hard down the mid lane. This tower is very low health as well as Ormas being grabbed. That is going to be death. Welcome Galatrax for jumping in as we get into this fight here. Coolio with the culling will be enough as Vayne with the super speed coming in here doing a lot of damage. Mysterious Petu as well stunned by the Rengar. Maybe going down here. Warwick does have his own speed buff now with that assistance from Hunters something. I forget the name of it at the moment, but that's okay. It doesn't matter as he is going to try to defend this mid lane tower. Lucian got a little bit too greedy in that mid lane, and his Thresh actually had to back off himself. Purple team's going to be able to grab this tower without a problem, getting their first tower of the game. 1 to 2 towers from Purple team. 8 kills to 13, only 3k gold behind, but Purple team does continue to maximize their gold lead. So time will tell if they can make it. As the game progresses, though, remember, this is only the first in 3 games. Rengar actually making the second tower go down in that top lane. 2 towers for each team. Great job there, finishing off that tower in that top lane while Gragas was back. He is going to find Snowy Devil in the jungle, but he doesn't want anything to do with Snowy Devil. Just going to jump over the wall and do a little bit of farming. He is still down half the farm of Rengar in that top lane. So doing a nice job. He has not died yet, as well as the Thresh has not yet died either, while everyone on Team J.K.Fav team has died, but they also have a number of kills. Lucian 8 and 4 is a huge monster, doing a beautiful job of continuing to be in the right place at the right time for his team, as well as helping out with all of those dragons. 20 minutes in, this game is anything but over. We only have the first tier 2 or tier 1 towers going down for Purple team, as well as no tier 2 towers going down for Blue team. There's actually Coolio, I think. I don't even think he killed a wave with that ultimate. I'm not sure if that was an accident. That was a little bit strange. He used his calling on really nothing, I guess, just in preparation to see if somebody was there, maybe, perhaps. Purple team looks like they are preparing for Dragon once again, collecting around that. They do, I think they know that there's a ward there. There was a ping on that Blue team's ward right beside Dragon, but they're not going to go clear it because they don't need to. It's one of the powers of Pink Ward is that just because you know that a ward is there doesn't mean you have to go and clear it. So Thresh is going to be making his way around the corner, though. I guess he was just putting an extra ward in that bush, perhaps. As Blue team kind of comes out here a little bit in the bottom lane, kind of slowly making their way out. Alright, does have that, Deathfire Grasp is going to be doing a lot of damage while Vayne did finally finish her Blade of the Ruined King. Looks like Thresh is looking for... Oh, he grabbed him even through the EQ combo with the Warwick ultimate. Is going to stop Jarvan the Fourth from going anywhere, so kind of just standing there saying rip, because he knows that he is death. I did not know you could hook a Jarvan out of his leap to his staff. That was crazy. And I learned something new today. I was unaware that you could even do that. Purple team now making their way down the mid lane. There's only 3 blue team members here to defend the tower, but that's a lot of damage onto Coolio. She's going to flash it as well. Nagaketsu doing a massive amounts of damage to Coolio. Getting to get the ignite from Katarina is going to go down. However, they finish off the ADC, the most critical member, as River SLV is showing the power of her own ADC, despite the exhaust, doing a shit ton of damage, excuse my language, onto the Katarina. However, Katarina is not dead yet. Rengar leaping in from the silence, going to be doing massive damage. Epic Archer has leapt in, using his teleport to jump down to his team, but not going to be there fast enough as the triple kill from Snowy Devil turning onto Purple team. Epic Archer now not really able to escape. He did flash, but not over the wall. Tried to body slam to the Wolves, but not going to get there. Snowy Devil doesn't have any bushes, so he has no more leaps, but he does have a slow. He's going to be coming in here with the last few auto attacks, finishing off Purple team, dominating here as Snowy Devil leaps in from the back line. We're actually going to go back and watch that team fight again because it was just so beautiful. So we see here Purple team, they finished off Jarvan the Fourth here, so they know that there is a member down from Blue team. As they could progress towards the mid lane, they say, We know that Rengar is up towards that top lane, so we're just going to push down this mid lane. However, Coolio is going to be caught out here in just a second by the Ahri. He is just a hair outside of the minion wave, so that is a beautiful charm by her. And with all of the damage, including that Deathfire Grass, she instantly nukes him down. Katarina jumps in, trying to use her ultimate, but because of her last charge, she's able to leap out of that. However, the flash from Katarina is going to be enough to get the ignite onto Ahri. But now, without an ADC, the most damaged member from Purple Team, River SLV is going to be doing massive amounts of damage. Thresh uses the exhaust on to Vayne, but it's not going to be quite enough to take her down for a minute as the rest of Purple Team collapses on Vayne. Leona trying to do what she can to stop it. She is going to leap in, but won't quite have enough as that Katarina leaps off and starts running away with very little health. However, Rengar this entire time has been walking his way down here with that ultimate now, leaps in, instantly taking out the Katarina, and then turns with that Tiamat, doing massive amounts of damage to the rest of the team as Ormas walks her way out and survives, as then Snowy Devil finishes hunting down the rest of Purple Team. What an incredible team fight as Snowy Devil comes from the back line, finishing off all the members of Purple Team. Oh my gosh, that was quite the incredible fight there. 13 kills now to 16 as Blue Team turns that whole fight in their favor, coming in here. Have the rest of the team getting on later for a practice game. Yeah, practice it up. Rush IE, not... Okay. You guys are just chatting about the build, though. So, crazy. Rengar the Janitor with the cleanup. What an incredible, incredible job here. As the rest of Blue Team starts to make their way back out once again, both teams are now trying to find where they can pressure to turn the game in their favor. Only down that 2k gold. Blue Team has pulled back a little bit. Not quite in the lead per se, but stopping Purple Team's lead from expanding. There we go, that's what I was trying to say. So, what a game. I don't know about a marathon, but a couple of games perhaps. Now Getsu finding Diggy over the wall, instantly nuking her down. Beautiful job. Before Katarina even had an opportunity to shun Poe, Ahri was there with the complete kill. Beautiful job, and that is why it pays to have wards in every possible bush you can afford. Blue Team, now knowing that the power of Katarina is gone, is going to be trying to get this dragon. Purple Team doesn't really have too many wards around here, so it may be Blue Team's dragon. There is a Thresh and Lucian just off to the side. Lucian tries to use his culling to get over the wall and finish off the dragon, but not going to make it, as the rest of Blue Team then finishes off dragon and kind of progresses. They're looking for Lucian, but they're not really going to find him. He's recalling in that bush. I don't think they have a ward down there, so they are not going to find him. What an incredible game. Only 25 minutes in. Still no tier 2 turrets down. However, team members are getting extremely scary. This Rengar not only has the Tiamat finished, but also has the Last Whisper and Yomu's Ghost Blade as well. So he is going to be a speedy kitty cat when he is turned invisible and uses that Ghost Blade as well. Ahri finishing off a Zionist Hourglass as well to be able to negate any damage from Purple Team every time that she uses it. Very good item for her. Thresh actually going a little bit more the tanky route with that Sunfire cape. Has that little bit of armor and extra help. Oh, there's Rengar, finds out Diggy! Unstoppable Snowy Devil. They are making sure Katarina is shut down extremely hard. Not necessarily the target that they want, as Lucian actually has most of the kills for Purple Team, but it never hurts to shut down a Katarina completely, no matter what. And every time Rengar has that ultimate up, it is almost a guaranteed death for a member of Purple Team, unless they stick together and really make their group tight-knit. Rengar has a difficult time when 3 or 4 members are all together and you have any kind of CC. Thresh is one of the best people for shutting down Rengar. He is going to pull in a number of Purple Team members here in that bottom lane, trying to stop... I'm sorry, I'm paying attention to multiple things at once. So, Naga gets the kill onto Gragas, while in that bottom lane, Thresh does manage to finish off Leona, grabbing that death sentence. There's actually Warwick's going to pick up that kill. A nice charm, though, onto Katarina. It's going to make her very low health. Will it be enough? She tries to finish off the Jarvan the Fourth. The tower might be her help. Oh, the last second shield gives him enough health to survive. Blue team turning the game on its head as they are now pushing so hard, getting 2 turrets, mid lane and top lane, while so many 3 members were in that bottom lane trying so hard to stop the Vayne and Leona from pushing. Vayne still survived, and Leona, I guess, in a sense, sacrificing herself for that Warwick ultimate, which meant that he was not there to help out the rest of the team. Ari becoming a huge player in this 7-6, dealing massive amounts of damage every time that she burns somebody down. This team has so much CC, it is almost unfair. I think blue team is moving on to the finals. It is very, very possible, but the game is not over yet. This is also only the first out of 3 games, so purple team could still win the next 2 even if they lose this and go on to the finals. But it doesn't hurt to scout out your competition per se in watching the games, and that way you know what you may have to fight in the end. Baron is up and available for either team to take. Look at the massive number of wards on this map. Purple team warding up the top lane right around red buff and those golems. Blue team pink ward up there at the top near Baron as well. Pink ward down there towards their blue. There are wards from both of these members all over the map. This is what you expect from the high elo teams. Beautiful, beautiful job. You guys are making one of the best shoutcast games I've ever done. Rengar leaping in, doing a little bit of damage to Mysterious Petu before backing off. Not really sure what he was getting into without having too many wards up there, doing a nice job of staying defensive. Looks like we're going to have 5 purple team members, though. They're looking to jump in on somebody. Now Getsu actually using her ultimate, 1 charge use as she leaps out of danger, trying to throw out a Q there. Not going to be doing a whole lot. She's about out of her other charges, though. There's the 2nd charge and the 3rd charge. So Ari is not going to be very good at escaping if purple team decides to engage. Purple team did, however, back off, not really catching anybody out as they decide to hold their turret instead. However, all it takes is 1 death sentence from Thresh to, spell the death for one of blue team's members, as the rest of purple team collects towards this mid lane defending it. Blue team now considering their options. They don't really want to push too hard or go for Baron possibly. Epic Horseman having a little bit of a connection issue. However, he's right back in the game. Thank goodness for that. We do not want a 4v5 to happen because that would be really, really terrible. Blue team did decide just to back off, getting a little bit of farm, but now purple team, they know that Baron's not being done as they have a ward there. But they are trying to play it safe, coming out here very slowly. Vayne here in that bottom lane. River SLV picking up red buff as well. Look at that attack speed, going to be dealing massive amounts of damage. But there are 5 members of purple team right around this Baron. They could go for it as a number of purple team or blue team members are still straggling behind. Ari finally catching up here, so now it is a 4v5 towards this top lane. But Rengar split very much off to the side. They know that blue team is right around here as they have those wards in the bushes so they can see most of purple team's members. They do not have a ward in there, however. Look at the sweeping lenses going down, trying to clear off any wards that they can. Snowy Devil being caught, though, as well as that. Holy cow, the damage is real. Alright, I'm sorry, we are going to back that up and watch that a little bit more of a slow motion, though, because everything occurred at the same time. I didn't even really have an opportunity to think about what was happening. So, purple team collects in that bush. They know the blue team does not have a ward. This is the time when you want for that 25%. As Snowy Devil coming up here, they do not know that all of purple team's in this bush, so he is going to be caught out by a beautiful Thresh hook as well. Warwick deciding to go ahead and jump in, ulting onto the worst member of blue team as well. Gragas is going to jump in. Jarvan going ahead and using his ultimate. However, that Rengar is going to be instantly nuked down with the rest of the team. Leona all bursting down onto 3 members of purple team, but Katarina is still alive. Gragas finishing off Jarvan the 4th as well. And Mysterious Petu actually flashes over Jarvan's wall to try to get close to hopefully toss out a hook onto other members of blue team. However, Nagetsu coming in, doing a lot of damage onto Epic Horseman, enough to finish her off and actually saving Vayne as she pulls the rest of the team away. Now it is 4 versus 1. Purple team pushing hard, outplayed as shit, says the Rengar, as purple team pushes in hard on blue team's tower. Vayne is sitting just off to the side, but there really is an opportunity for her to go in, and 1 hook from Thresh might spell death for her. They do have minions finally. However, that Thresh may go, oh, he uses heal They used heal to keep him alive. It's actually Lucian who used heal just to keep Thresh alive long enough. They are going to get only one turret off that. However, they did even up the gold, 47,000 gold to both teams, 18 kills to 21. Huge play by purple team coming in here, and now they're going to get dragon as well. You saw the power of not having a ward in that bush. Purple team knew that there wasn't a ward there, and so as soon as one of blue team's members came by, that Rengar, Rengar decided to go ahead and leap in. He did just come back, but he's going to go in 1v4. No, he got ulted by Warwick. He's dead once again. It is actually Katarina picking up that kill as River SLV tries to come in here. Digi being taken extremely low health as well as River SLV not going to stand up to the Gragas ultimate as well. No, the cleanup crew not quite there as the teams try to blue team tries to finish off members of purple team before they back, but Warwick's ult already back up, turns it around, hits onto the Rengar, destroying a lot of blue team's damage, and then Leona not tanky enough to deal with 3 members of purple team as Vayne also goes down, and then Leona goes down as well. What a huge turnaround. Purple team going to be buying a lot of items off of that. Back 1,000 gold in the lead. This is going to be crazy. Yeah, there's a number, Team D, that has Galatrax and Dysentery. It's actually, I think there's 4 unranked people on that team. It's really hard to say, but rest in pepperonis. This game is completely action-packed. Thank you, Raw Room Dead, for sticking around with the rest of the team, or for the rest of the game. I appreciate that a lot. I actually wanted to see how many people. 22 viewers? Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. As this game is, I think it's worth 22 viewers. Purple team pushing in. They're going to be grabbing Baron here off of it. Now 24 kills to 19. Will they be able to get it though? Blue team looks like they want to stop it. They are right around the corner. That is going to be Leona using her ultimate, leaping in. The purple team did get Baron, however, Rengar instantly nuking down the Lucian. Vayne as well from the outside, going to be doing a lot of damage to the rest of the team. Epic Horseman in a bad position as the rest of blue team finds him. Leona getting a shutdown on Katarina, and it is actually Gragas that finishes off Jarvan the 4th. However, that's 4 people up still for blue team as Vayne is just off to the side, but a flash from Epic might keep him alive. Leona tries to throw a nice E over the wall, but it's not enough. Purple team decides not to chase the fat man and instead go for that mid lane tower. What a beautiful job. That Leona ultimate locking down several members of purple team long enough for Jarvan to ult in, stopping everybody from going anywhere, while Vayne and Ahri from the sidelines just dealt massive damage to everybody in the middle. Rengar is so fast. Items, yes. That Yoma's Ghostblade doing a lot of damage, or giving him a lot of movement speed as well. That Vayne doing work with that mid lane tower as well as getting down this inhibitor. This might be blue team taking the game. Purple team trying to stop though. Gragas here is up, as well as Thresh now is up as well. However, blue team is going to back off from this inhibitor in the top lane as Gragas just farms a little bit. Epic Horseman has left once again. He did message me a little bit earlier that he's going to try to reconnect in just a moment, so hopefully he will be back shortly. However, blue team has turned this game once again on its heels. Again, look at all the incredible amount of wards that was just around Baron, giving both teams insane amounts of vision as they were trying to take it. They really, purple team got bottlenecked right by that Baron. As blue team, they were trying to finish it off. They didn't have a whole lot left on it. As blue team came in, they just wanted to finish it off. But as soon as they finished it, that Leona and Jarvan the 4th ultimates together stopped purple team really from going anywhere. And the damage from the Vayne and Ahri once again just did enough to finish it off. Katarina did try to do a little bit of cleanup, but too much CC from blue team. When you go a hard CC team, every single member on blue team has an ability to use CC. Jarvan the 4th has his knockup. Ahri has her charm. Vayne has her condemn. Rengar has his yeah, well, it's a slow and his E. I'm sorry. Sometimes I know that champion ability names, and sometimes I don't. If any of you wants to look up what Rengar's E is called, that would be fantastic. It is something that I should have looked up a little bit ago, but I can't be perfect, so super minions coming in from blue team, for blue team, on purple team's mid lane. Excuse me, here as purple team tries to stop it. However, they're also going to have to defend this top inhibitor as Rengar is making his way up there. He goes ahead and leaps onto minions. He may have used his ultimate, and that's how he had that leap. Yeah, he also had that quick... no, it was actually... Oh, he has the boots of mobility. So he just has crazy amounts of move speed just running around. There is not a pause on this one. I am sorry, Warwick. Hopefully... on the next one I can make sure that that happens. I thought that I did tournament draft, but it did not occur yet. So could try to go and reconnect now, but I think it's a little bit late. For like 2 seconds. He does not DC every fight. You can hover over his abilities and actual spectate if you want. Yeah, I have to click on him then. I guess in this slow mode right now I can go ahead and do that. So we're gonna do that real fast here. Bola strike. There we go. That's what it's called. And back to directed camera. There we go. Looks like 3 members of purple team waiting around the corner, being very patient, waiting for purple team to come out here. But nope. In the meantime, Rengar's pushing this bottom lane, so they're gonna go instead and push towards the bottom lane as well. I feel a little bit bad for Warwick, but do understand I cannot control your computer. All I can do is allow you to sign up for tournaments, and then what is what will be. And if you have internet problems, there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. So no dinner, only League. League is life. This is true. So I don't like to hover over champion abilities in the middle of the game because sometimes action happens and I have to be ready for it. However, that particular moment was rather slow. So we're going to get a team fight here, though, as that Death Sentence goes on to the Ormast here, as Jarvan the 4th is going to leap in using his ultimate. However, a lot of blue team members aren't here for the fight. Ormast going down underneath the tower. Mysterious Petu actually going to pick up that kill. Snowy Devil finishing off Lucian from the backlines, though. However, Warwick with his ultimate is going to be able to stop Rengar from really doing much. Thresh picking up that kill as well, as Vayne tries to get in the backlines to get some kills, but just gets turned on by 4 members of purple team. There were not enough members of blue team there for that full engage. A lot of the members of blue team were kind of making their way around the side when Leona got hooked, and then Jarvan the 4th decided to engage. And that means that purple team did get their inhibitor respawn, which also means that they do not have a single inhibitor down, which is very good news for them. Dragon is up. I don't know if J4 can take it himself, but he's certainly going to try. Baron will be up in just about 2 minutes. Distractions. Anything that's not League is true. I don't know that, I don't think I even knew that you can turn off... Gotta ban Rengar. It is true. Rengar OP. I'm not sure I missed with J4. I guess he decided not to take on Dragon and just to jump over the wall. With about 2 bars of health, he's going to be going ahead and recalling. Epic Horseman DCing once again. Hopefully in the next game we can stop a lot of that from happening. We are going to have a tournament draft, but that means that we're just going to have to pause it every single time that he leaves, which is going to drag the game out quite a while if we pause every single time that happens. Hopefully that won't be the case, though. 24 kills to 28, 61,000 gold for both teams, evening it up. However, 8 turrets to 3 turrets. Blue team pretty strongly in the lead. Nagagetsu doing massive amounts of damage every single time she leaps in on an enemy. Blue team kind of collecting together now. They know that Baron will be up here in just a couple of seconds, actually 40 seconds here. And they want to be ready for it. Purple team waiting for the inevitable push by blue team, defending their inhibitor. However, there's only so long you can defend an inhibitor before having to eventually move out. I think purple team knows that Baron may be coming up as well, so here they go. Purple team is moving out. They've used one of those sweeping lenses on that bush. They're going to hide in this bush perhaps. Nope, blue team's going to hide in their bush and wait as well. A lot of members going back and forth. Leona using her ultimate really early, trying to stop Warwick, who's just walking his way around. However, Baron is not up yet. Purple team knows that. There's still 5 more seconds. Purple team decided to back off from that. 1 second on Baron, so blue team does decide to go for Baron. Even though there is a purple team ward there, they still only have the one sweeping lens from Driver in the fourth that is down, so they cannot take out this ward. Purple team now ready to defend, possibly. Warwick is coming all the way from the home base, though, so he's going to be a little bit late. However, Diggy instantly being destroyed by Nagetsu. Catches him out with the charm once again. Here comes Gragas, though. No, Driver in the fourth still able to take the turret, while in the back lines, Rengar finds Lucian, taking him out as well. Driver in the fourth finishing off the kill on Gragas before turning it all on to Thresh and taking him out as well. Warwick, the only member who wasn't there for the whole fight, still alive, but he's not going to be able to defend this inhibitor for very long, as 5 members blue team, all with Baron buff, should be able to finish off the game no problem. 4 deaths on a diamond player. How terrible could it be? These teams definitely will have some interesting bans in the next game, though, as Lucian destroyed early game, and Rengar came back late game to destroy just as hard. There's Ari coming in and getting a little bit of damage onto Epic Horseman. And that is game number 1 going over to J.K.Fav team, blue team. What an insane game. Thank you all for joining. We have like 30 viewers. This is more viewers than I've ever had. And we're stuck in the game. What happened? Oh, there we go. Nope. We jumped back. It must have, every now and then it freaks out. What? Blue team's turret has been destroyed. We backed up a little bit. Every now and then it freaks out because when I do the time jumps and the slow downs, it has to kind of correct itself. So the audio is just hilarious. Sounds kind of like a weird orgy. Alright, well, you let us leave the game now so we can get the second game underway. Nope. Nope, it's still freaking out. League of Broken. We're just going to exit the game. There we go. That worked. Whew! What a holy freaking cow game. That was insane. Is to fill... Dorker Science Tits, I will talk to you in just a second.